Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about uh, AMIs, Amazon Image Machine Images, and we're also going to touch snapshots and how to make snapshots, how to create images, how to make snapshots, and how to create storage, EBS, we call it volume, how to create EBS, and we'll talk about the difference between root volume EBS and instant store. Uh, yeah, so we will talk about this few things. Okay, basically, yeah. So let's go ahead and start with the course. I'm going to open my own course here. I'm just going to open AWS. So we will start directly. I'm going to sign in. Yeah, I was already signed in, so I don't have to sign in again. Let me go to EC2 and instances. So, basically, what we will cover today is AMIs. We'll start with the Amazon machine images. So, what are Amazon machine images? Okay, so basically, an AMI contains the software configuration, for example, operating system application with an instance required for creating an EC2 instance when you launch an instance. So basically, what it means is that here we have an instance here, right? For example, we have Windows Server 1. Okay, this is the instance that we created in our previous video. So let's say you want to create another instance. Okay, another Windows Server instance here, but you don't want to do it. You don't want to set up the web server IIS again. It is already set up on the server, right? You already set it up. I don't want to do it again. Set up. It's going to take me a lot of time, and I have to, and yeah, it's going to take a lot of time, and I don't want to do it again from scratch. So there is an option called images, application AMIs. Okay, so I can just create an image from this instance. Okay, and uh, then launch an instance from this image. Okay, yeah. So it will give me a copy of this Windows. Okay, a standalone copy instance with the same settings, with the same application installed configuration, same configuration as the Windows Server one. That's the idea of instance. For example, here, let's say I say launch instances here. Okay, uh, here when I launch an instance here, there is an option here, right? Mice. This is the means my images. If you have an existing image, you can just use that one, right? This is an image that I just created for this purpose. Okay, you can just use that for to install to create a new instance. You don't have to do it from scratch, like what you used to do, right? So what I will do right now is just go ahead and create an image. Okay, first of all, I'm going to delete this one. This is already there is an image here. Actually, I don't need it, so I'm just going to delete it because. Mhm. Yeah, the image is there anyways. Yeah, it's good. So we don't need it actually. We will delete this one. Terminate this as well. Terminate it because I just created it for the yeah for this purpose. So let's go ahead and create a new image. Okay. To do that, the best way we can do that is we go to the instance, for example. Okay. Let's say I want to create another instance, same like Windows Server 1 here. Same configuration with IIS installed and everything. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to actions here. There is an option here, images and templates, right? I just go to the image and template and create an image. Click this one. and you can type the image name here. I'm going to call it window server 3 because we already have 1 and 2, right? So I'm going to call it Windows Server 3 image, or keep it Win Server uh, image image with the IIS. It's good. Okay, or just put IIS. Okay, this is just for my information. I can put the description here also. So here we have an option, reboot instance. When selected, Amazon EC2 reboots the instance so that the data is at rest when the snapshot of the attached volume are taken. This ensures data consistency. Okay, fine. You leave it as it is. This is the default. And instance volumes, you can add volumes if you need. Okay, but for now, just leave it as it is. During the image creation process, Amazon EC2 creates a snapshot of each of the above volume. We'll talk about what exactly is a snapshot. It's just a backup, basically. Just a Yeah, so it's a leave it as it is. We'll talk about it in details. So now we create images. Okay, so once we create an image, we have to go to AMIs here. Okay, we'll find the image here. Okay, so you see this is the image. Still, it's in pending status. We have to wait for it to be active. Okay, once it's active, I'm going to use this one. There's an option here. It's grayed out right now. Launch instance from AMI. I'm going to use it to use this image to create a new instance. Okay, Windows Server instance. And yeah, but this actually is going to take time, so I'm going to pause the video. So now our image is actually available. The status here is saying available. Okay, basically available. There's three status, I think, available, and there is another status that's in use. Not in use. This is actually for volume. Sorry, just available here. Okay, since it's saying available, you can just select the the image. Okay, what you can do is launch instance from AMI. Click this one. Uh, then we're going to go ahead and launch an instance. I'm going to name this instance Server Windows Server 3 because I have 1 and 2, right? So now I want to make 3, and these are the configurations, and yeah. So the instance type and everything. Let's choose a key pair. I'm going to choose the same key here. I'm going to edit this one. Choose the availability zone. Again, the availability zone, uh, you have to make it separate for all your instances. We know that our Windows Server 1 is on availability zone A, Windows Server 2 is on availability zone B, and this one I'm going to make it on C. Okay, and then I have an option here to just, yeah, so that's it. And we can also add security group rule here. Just add HTTPS here and put it anywhere for now. Add another security group. Make it here HTTP and add anywhere here. So we'll just allow HTTP here and leave the storage configuration and launch this instance. So now our instance is launched. Okay, this is it, Windows Server 3. It's running. Just give it some time, and we're going to go ahead and try to access the yeah the image from the, let's see, the security group. Yeah, it's of course port 80 and port 3. So I'm going to try to access it from here, HTTP. I'm just going to use this one. Let's see what we will get. Give it some time. It's actually still initializing. We should get the same data as this one. IIS should work because the configuration, the same role is going to be here. So let's go ahead and try it. Done. You see what we got? Server one. You see, this is not server one, but still we got server one's image that I changed earlier on the previous video, right? This is it. So it just cloned all the configuration that was here. Okay, put it on the new instance. This is this is the benefit of instance, and yeah, it saves us a lot of time to do it again. So now that we have done instance and what we can do about this is actually go ahead and check the AMIs here, see what else we have here. So things we can copy an image, we can edit AMI permissions, we can manage the register AMI, okay, and we can do all this stuff. But I want to try copy action, copy AMI, see what we can do with this. Create a copy of Amazon machine image in a region. So, okay, this is a copy AWS region. So you see, this is copy of the original will be created on the destination. Let's say I want to create a copy of this image, but in another region. Let's say right now I'm in North US, North Virginia, right? Let's say I want to change it to, I want to put it, put a copy of this image to Ohio, US, Ohio. So we can just change the region here. We can copy the tags if we want. This is, yeah. And basically that's it. Tagging the snapshot together. Yeah, this stuff is optional. So let's copy an image. So this is what's going to happen. It's just going to copy this image and it can take a few minutes for AMI to be copied. You can check the progress in this. Now, if we go to Ohio now, okay, uh, another this is another region, United States, Ohio. You can see that we have an image, right, in Ohio. That this image is actually here, still in pending status. If you go to instance, we don't have anything, right? We didn't create an instance in this region. So basically, that's one thing we can do, and that's it. Actually, if you want to remove it, you can just there is register this one, and you could do permissions. Yeah. So basically, these are what we can do with AMIs. Okay. Now let's move on to elastic block storage. Okay. This is basically like a disk, like a volume, like a hard disk. Okay, you create. Okay. Let me remove this extra so I can show you what I mean exactly. This is what I added for this purpose. Let me just remove. Let me just delete it. Delete and delete this one. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You see this one, okay? You see that when we go to elastic block storage and we click volumes, we have already three that was created automatically. We didn't create this volumes. It was already here. So all each are 30 GB. Okay, these are the volumes that were created when we created those instances. So Windows Server 1 has 30 GB, Windows Server 2 has 30 GB volume, and this third this three that are running here, yeah, created this are for those three. Those three are for them. Okay, and here you can see the volume state. Okay, saying in use. In use means that it's currently being used by an instance. Okay, when you first create, volume is going to be available, but not on use. On use will be only when you attach this specific volume to the instance. Okay, now let us go ahead and create uh, a new volume. We have an option here, create volume, and we can leave it this as it is. We can choose the size here. For now, just for test purpose, I'm going to choose 2 GB. I have this throughput, so you can leave it as it is. And this is very important point here. I want to, say that we have to make sure that the availability zone is actually same as the availability zone of the instance that you want to attach this volume to. And they should be on the same availability zone. This is very important. If I choose A, so I have to, in my instance, the instance that I will attach this volume to, have to be the same availability zone. It has to be A also, cannot be different. So I'm going to put it C because I want to test it on my new instance that I created. This one, yeah, I'm going to put it on C. That is there, and here we have an option. Use Amazon EBS encryption as an encryption solution for this. To encrypt this volume, we'll talk about it. And snapshot. Yeah. So now let's create the volume. Okay, now the volume is created. So what we need to do is just refresh here instead of our volume. Okay, but still it is it's available. Okay, it's not in use. Now let's go ahead. Next step is going to we have to select it and go to actions, and we have different options here. We can modify the volume if we want to modify it. We can increase, let's say it was 2, we can make it 3 GB or less 1 GB. It's up to you. Right? There's an option to modify, and let's say I want to create a snapshot. A snapshot is a backup. Basically, we'll talk about it again later. So you can delete it, you can attach the volume. This is what we want to do right now. Okay, let's just click this, attach it. Where do we want to attach it? We want to attach it to server 3. You see, even without, even when you refresh here, you're only going to see the instances that are in your zone, right? Server 3 here. This is the one that we just created, right? The instance that we created. So I'm going to call the device name. I'm just going to name it. I don't think this is actually mandatory. Device name. Yeah, just you can just attach the volume. Okay. Uh, yeah, let's just say D, the testing device name, make it D or something. So let's just attach this volume. It's invalid, so recommended for data volume. Okay, choose this one. Attach the volume. So okay, now actually we're going to go ahead and go to the instance. Here, our instance on the Windows Server instance. I'm going to try to access this instance. Okay, let me try to go ahead and get the Windows password. Actually, it's been a while. Okay. I think you're not going to. Yeah, this is the thing. The instance was launched from custom AMI, so the default password has changed. The password cannot be retrieved from this instance. You can reset it using Amazon EC2. Here's the thing. Uh, you can't use this one. Get Windows password from this one. Okay, because this one we just created it from the image, right? This instance we created from the image of Windows Server 1. Okay, to access it, we can use the same password here. We can go ahead to Windows Server here, 1, because it's a copy of this one, right? So we can just get the password of this one. I'm going to go to downloads, prem, and I'm just going to copy this one. Okay, I copied this one. Now let's go back to the instance. Okay, I will go to this one. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to keep this here just so that we have. Let me just put it. Let me put it here just for our uh, memory, so we don't have to go to Windows Server 1 every time. And I will show you how we can change it actually for Windows Server 3. Now, what I want to do is copy the IP. Where is the IP? The public IP, right? For Windows Server 3. Okay. But first, I'm going to go to another PC actually because it's not going to work on my PC. I'm going to try to access the Windows Server from another PC. Okay. So I'm going to open. Let me open remote. One second. Let me just open remote desktop here. Okay, let's give it some time. Or let's try. No, we can't. Let's try to do it here. Uh, let's try to do it from our PC itself. Okay, creator, administrator, and let's go ahead and copy this one. Copy this one and put it here. Control V. No, so this is the thing. So yeah, let me just do it here. Remote desktop. Yeah, remote. Yeah, so this is the remote desktop connection, and I'm going to type the IP of no, this is the password. Let me go ahead and type the IP, which is the IP of the third Windows server. You can just copy this public IP, just type it here, and connect. The password, let us just copy this password, and the username is going to be administrator. Okay, and okay, yes, so we're going to do yes here. Yeah. So we just have yeah. So we'll open our administrator here account. So you can set the password here. Actually, you can change the password here, the admin password. Right now, since we are instead of going to Windows Server 1 to get the password, we can now since after we access this, we can go to local user computers. Just give it some time, and we try to change it from outside. This is the Windows Server. I'm just going to go ahead. Just type here. Start open user, give it time. Let's just wait for it to load. Okay, it's okay. Just open server manager. Okay, open server manager. You can go to server manager. Let's do it. Yeah. Now that we have access to server manager, we can go to tools and go to we can go to local. We go to computer management actually. Computer management. Yeah. No, it's yeah. Here, under computer management, you have local users and groups, right? You can go to users here. You can choose administrator and set password. You can change the password if you want to change it. You don't have to use the same password that we were using. Now we can change it from administrator password here. But right now, what I want to show you is actually we will go to disk management, just so we can see the drives that we yeah that we added. We added one disk, right? You can just type disk here. Okay. Here we have create and format hard disk partitions. You can click this one, and yeah, here disk management. Okay. I don't know who's here actually. Disk. Yeah. You could actually. I think it's available in the computer management as well. Go to computer management. Yeah, here under computer management also you can find the disk management here. Okay. So here is what you will find. Okay, you will see that we have 30 GB here. Okay, this is the 30 GB that we of of that belongs to this instance, right? Initially we added, but this 2 GB is the one that we just added, the volume that we just created and we added. Right now it's unallocated, right? What we can do is like go ahead here, right click, initialize disk. Okay, you can just initialize it GPT or in job and it's initialized, right? Second step, we have to create a volume, new simple volume, and yeah, click next, assign it to drive letter, format, next, finish. So now you can go to local disk, my PC here, you're going to find it there. You can go here. Yeah, this is the one, the 2 GB file that we created. Okay, you can create the volume that we created. You can add here new folder, name it test, whatever, or you can create here new text file, text document, and text, call it text, and put something here like what 123 or whatever, 123, and yeah, save it. So basically, this is how we create, we attach a volume to the EC2 instance. And the next part that we need to talk about is actually we have to go to AMI. No, we finished AMI. We finished this one, volume. Let me see all the things. We can detach the volume from here. Yeah, we can remove it. And that's it. The next point is snapshots. We need to go through is actually snapshots. Snapshots, let me remove this one. This I just created for test purpose. Let me delete the snapshot because I don't really need it. Delete. Okay, fine. Leave it. So, what we need to do actually is, yeah, what's snapshot? Snapshot is just a way to copy. Like, for example, you can take snapshot of a volume. Here, if you go to this one and you can take a snapshot of this volume. Okay, this hard disk. You can use it for backup, basically. It's like backup. You can take You can create snapshot and put it use it for backup. Okay, that's the idea of snapshot basically. Then you can use it. Let's go ahead and do that actually. We're going to create snapshot here for this volume that we just created, the 2 GB volume. I'm going to go to action, create snapshot. I'm going to call this snapshot test uh, 2 GB disk. Okay, uh, create snapshot. That's all it takes. Create snapshot. Now I'm going to go to snapshot here. You can see it here. So right now it's pending. Right. So now that we have a snapshot, what I want to do is actually just yeah, remove this completely. But let's wait before we do that. Right now the snapshot status is pending, right? So just wait. We wait for some time. Let me refresh it. It is ready. I think the snapshot is completed, right? So right now let me go to the volume here. Okay, that I have here. I want to actually just detach the volume. Okay, remove it. Okay, completely. So once it's removed, yeah, let me remove it. Uh, Let me check if it's actually removed or no. You can go ahead and refresh here. It's gone, right? There was a snapshot here, right? It's gone now. So yeah, it's gone. Okay. So there was a disk here. It was gone, 2 GB disk. So right now, what we need to do is let me, since I already have a snapshot, okay, I want to, it's gone, but it's not deleted. Let me just remove it altogether. Okay. Delete the volume. Yeah, we don't need it. So delete it. Okay, it's detached and not delete it. I just deleted the entire volume. Okay, it's not here now. Now what we can do is we can go to the snapshot here. Okay, this is the snapshot that I created. Okay, now from action I can just create a volume from snapshot. Right, click this one and same size, same everything, same availability zone. But no, the availability zone has to be C because the volume has to be the same since we are going to attach it to instance Windows Server 3, which is an availability zone uh, C. So I'm going to make it same. It has to be same. Now let's create the volume. Volume is created. You can go to volume here. I just create the volume. It's available now. Just click the volume and just go ahead and attach the volume to our server, and again choose the server, attach the volume, go ahead to your Windows server. This is our server, this is our volume. It's we don't As you can see, we don't need to initialize, we don't need to create a new volume. It's the same volume available in our what's here in our what is it here here. So we can go to see here, we go to PC. This is it. Now we can go to our files. See, it's available. It's the same. This is yeah, same. Even our contents already there. So that's the idea of snapshot. Okay, that's the benefit of snapshot. Main benefit, and there is more we can do with it. Let me see. Let's say the snapshot. I can create an image from snapshot. Okay. Yeah, you can create image from snapshot. Okay. Let me. go ahead and do that. We can new image from snapshots. Then from the image, we're going to create instance. But we're not going to do this using this hard disk because this hard disk is just this one, right? We have an option actually in AMI. We can do that here. We can we can just use this one. No, this is an image. You can also yeah, this is just an image. So we can create uh, snapshots from not here. It's not here actually. Yeah. Also, here we have an option to storage to attach volumes, okay, and detach and everything from instance page itself. And we have an option also to create image from the instance page itself, create template from instance, and we have an option to do all this stuff, okay. But talk about what's theory and close the session. So we've talked about this. Just going to go ahead and talk about the best practices for snapshots. For example, we have to automate backup using Amazon Data Lifecycle Manager. This is used to automate backup snapshots and use cross-region snapshot copy for disaster recovery. Yeah, put them in, put some copies in different regions. Encrypt sensitive data, delete unused snapshot to reduce costs, use tags instead. Environment using production backup daily. Performance optimization tip use GP3 instead of GP2. It's for volumes. Okay, better performance and use multiple volumes plus RAID 0 for high throughput. Okay, and monitor using CloudWatch metrics. Okay, and important metrics we have this one. To cost optimization tips, delete unused volumes, delete old snapshots, use yeah right size volume. Yeah. So basically, this is the best practices. And regarding EBS root volume and instance store, we have EBS root volume is a root disk backed by Amazon EBS. It contains operating system, bootloader system, and installation stored application, right? Basically, this is what we use when we create instance. By default, we're using this one, like EBS root volume. So we can resize the storage is persistent even when we restart or stop or start. It will survive. The data will still survive, right? You can create snapshot with it. You can resize the volume. You can attach to another instance, right? Yeah, this is what we use daily. But yeah, for there is one more type, instant store. We call it ephemeral storage. Instant store is a temporary storage attached physically to the host machine, sometimes called ephemeral storage. So basically, the main difference, the main characteristics are it's very good performance. Okay, it's just temporary. The data is temporary. It's temporary storage, and data is lost if the instance stops or terminates. No snapshots, cannot detach or attach. Okay, when you stop the instance, the data is lost. When you start the instance, new empty storage. Yeah, no data. Data is not preserved and it's temporary. And performance difference, the difference between the two is that highest performance is to store, but it's actually, yeah, that's what we use. So these are the best practices, okay, that we went through. Okay, there is one more thing that I think we should cover. Uh, one second. So we need to talk about RAID actually. Okay, RAID is redundant array independent keys. It's disks. Okay, we have RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 5, and RAID 10. Okay, these are used to provide different balance, performance, redundancy, and capacity. Okay, so what we need to know about this is RAID 0 is called striping. Data is split across disks for high performance, but if one drive fails, all data is lost. Okay, let me just show you a diagram here so we can just understand this because it's very important. Uh, Let me move this one and put this one to normal. Yeah, let's see. Text. The text actually should be a font. Let's add the text back here. So let's go ahead and have two hard disk here. I'll put one hard disk here and I'll put one hard disk here. Okay, okay. And I'm going to put the data. Uh, yeah. So I'm going to put. So yeah. So yeah. Let's just. So basically, let's me go ahead and move this one. So this is disk. Uh, C. Okay, and copy this one, paste. We have disk D. Okay, so uh, so let's say we are using RAID 0. In RAID 0, this is what it's going to do. One data is going to put it in disk C, and another data is going to put it in disk D, and another is going to put it in C. Again, one upcoming data is going to put it in D. So it's just going to put it, يعني, spread the data across both disks C and D. But the issue is, what if we this this uh, this disk, for example, fails. Okay, then what you will do? That's it. That's the main issue of RAID 0. Okay, it's hard. It offers performance but without redundancy, right? So they created something else, which is RAID 1, right? Mirroring. So RAID 1 mirroring is better. Okay, keep this RAID 0, for example. Keep it here, and I'm just going to copy this one and copy this one and put this one. Change this to RAID 0 so we can understand the RAID 1. Let me remove this one. Okay. Yeah, in RAID 1, okay, the thing is, it's going to mirror the same data that we, for example, this, uh, we get one data here, right? The same exact data, we are going to put it in D also. It's just a copy, okay? Same thing. Again, when we receive any data, we're just going to put this data here on disk C, and the same exact data, we're going to also make a copy on disk D. That's the idea of RAID 1. In RAID 0, we just put different data, right? Different, we don't, yeah. Here, it's just mirror. It's just a copy. Disk C is just a mirror of disk D. It's just a copy. Okay. What happens if we lose? If disk D fails, it's okay because we already have disk C, right? We didn't lose any data here. That's why RAID 1 is good because it's mirrored. It's copy. It's just backup. And parity uses at least three drives to stripe data and distribute parity information. It can survive a single drive failure without data loss, offering high read performance with slow write. Okay, so the idea of RAID 5 is actually we need a minimum of three 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 disks. Okay, we need a minimum of three disks here. One, two, and three. Right. So what we will do is, yeah. So basically, we're going to put one data here. We're going to put here and here, right? But one of the servers is going to contain parity, something called parity information, parity bit, parity. Okay, this is used in case, for example, let's say one of these disks fail. Okay, we can use this parity. Okay, parity of B, of disk B will be here on disk C. So we can use it to rebuild the parity of this one, the failed the data, to rebuild the data, so we don't lose data. That's the idea of RAID 5P. Yeah, RAID 10 is just a copy of, it's a combined benefits of both RAID 1 and RAID 0. As RAID 1 mirroring, RAID 0 stripping. Okay, it provides excellent performance, high redundancy, faster rebuilding RAID 5. So this is what the table that we have. Fault tolerance, fast. Yeah. If you want speed only without redundancy, you can choose RAID 0. Okay. If you want redundancy, you can choose RAID 1. If you want both speed and redundancy, you can choose RAID 10. Okay. And yeah. So basically, yeah. So I want to try it actually with our own data. Okay. I think we should go ahead and try this one. And we're going to try it with our instance. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and try with our instance here. I'm going to go to volume. Okay. I'm going to remove this one. Yeah. So right now we have how many? I want to create volumes here. I'm just going to create volume. I'm going to put it on C. That's the one that I want to test on. And yeah, it's also open here in our disk. So let's choose the availability to zone C, and it's going to be the size is going to be 2. Okay, create volume here, and we're going to create another volume as well. I'm going to put it inside C, availability zone C. I'm going to create volume. Okay, and now I'm going to filter this one. Yeah, so just to see the availability zone section, we need only two pieces. Let me just refresh this one, see if it is done. Yeah, we have two now. Okay, so what I want to do is actually go ahead, attach both two. I'm going to attach it to right now. Let's see how many is attached. Let me refresh this one. One is already attached, so I just need to attach one. Yeah. So yeah, I want to attach one disk. So I'm just going to use this one, the one that is available to use one piece. I'm just going to attach the volume to instance C, image 3, attach the volume, yeah. So now I attach the volume here. Okay, yeah. Now we have two 2 GB. So I'm just going to go ahead and initialize the disk here. Continue. And use simple volume. Next, 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 next. Finish. We have both C and D. And we have, let's go ahead and configure on it. Yeah. convert to dynamic disk, convert to dynamic disk, both disk 1 and disk 2. Going to click this one, convert it, operation selected, convert selected disk, to start install operating value, okay, continue. I converted them to dynamic disk, okay. So now what I want to do, one second. Okay, now that we got the two disks here, okay, they are currently unallocated, right? So we want to configure a mirrored. You can go right click on unallocated. It has to be unallocated. Then click new mirrored volume. Okay, we click next, and we can choose disk one, available disk two, which is good. Add it. So one or two will be mirrored, and go ahead and format. Okay, done. Like the basic this dynamic, if you convert to this dynamic, you will not be able. Okay, yes. So, so right now you just have to wait for some time. Yeah, right now it is considered done actually. This is both mirrored. Okay, it's converted to dynamic disk and it's mirrored. You can go to if you go to my PC, you're going to see only not here actually. You have to go inside this here. You're going to see here. Uh, only if you go to this PC, you're going to find only one, right? The reason is because it's both under one uh, disk, right? You just have to copy here, any data here, right? Any data here, new folder, okay, or put new test here, new text, make it test dot txt, whatever you want to put here. You can just open this one, test something, and close this one, save it, see what happens. Close this one, and yeah. Right now, what we'll do is I'm going to remove this one. Okay, remove one disk, detach it, and see if we lose the data or not. Okay, delete completely the instance. Go to volume, and we have two here. Let's use. I'm going to delete any one here. I'm just going to detach the volume, detach it completely, and not only detach it, it's available now. Just delete it completely. Actually, yeah, delete it completely. Delete the volume. Delete volume here. Delete it, and go ahead and refresh data here. So just trying to simulate what will happen if we let me check what we got here. See, I think the one that we deleted actually is not attached to that instance. One second. Mm, let's see Windows Server 4 and refresh this one. See what happens. Windows Server 4 here, and how about the go to storage, and you can see it's yeah we have only one, right? And let's go ahead and refresh this one. Here still we have two. Shouldn't be like this actually. One second. Mm, yeah, this is very weird because once I'm going to open this here. So let me go ahead here and see go down. For some reason, both are still there. So we can go ahead to our own PC here and try to do what we should do. Go ahead and choose this Windows server, and I want to detach. Okay. Uh, Password storage. I think I attached it here actually. Windows 3. Let me go to server here. We have two. So I want to detach one volume from here. Storage. Detach volume. I want any 2 GB from the 2 GB volume that I have. Touch one. Let me refresh to see it's actually done. Or we get an error or something. Let me go to C here. Go to storage. It's actually detaching storage, detaching volume. Uh, yeah, it's detaching. You see this one? It's saying detaching. Give it some time, let it detach. You can see this. I think you're going to see it on here also. I think it's give it some time. It's going to detach. I'm refreshing here. Actually, refreshing here. Actually, let me go to this one. I think this is going to take time. Okay, just so we can understand what you can see what will happen. Basically, even if you remove, what I wanted to show you is that even if you detach a single, uh, you detach a volume, okay, one of these two, still even if one of these two fail, okay, still it's going to work. Okay, still our data is going to be available because it's available on that's available on the other data, right? So that's the idea. Okay, so this will that's the idea of RAID. Okay, so that's actually enough for today, and we'll see you on the next session. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.